Tell them I'm ready for more. Game time. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for war. I just got 20, I'm running on empty. This mobile that came from my money is silly. I feel like envy, not trying to be friendly. It is what it is, if you want me, come get me. Whenever you ready, no, I keep it steady. Yeah, I get the W, throw it.
It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Bucs and the Hawks, and it's coming up next.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs. Teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? Taking in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. Gets it up around the 22, but no further. Did flash the fancy footwork, but not much to show for it. The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, north of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
From the 22, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Bucs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright. Let's go. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Carson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time on the catch and run. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Draw play. This is Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
Throwing on 1st down. Pritchett. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. On 1st down, Pritchett. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now this throw caught left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back to throw again. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try to cut down the length of the drive.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. Succop for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. To try again after the sack. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe
rush coming, and he's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. That's pulled in at the 32. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they fell behind early, but since then, 2 touchdowns and a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they found the end zone on their first 2 drives, and even more so after the defense gave up the first lead. With these last 2 drives, obviously they inspired their D because they shut them down the last time out. They hope to continue that string.
On 1st and 10, Pritchett. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That's the third time on this drive that these two connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. Extra point try now for Succop. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down now, it's Carson. And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. And the Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Let's go, Pete. Big series right here. We got to step in.
Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Joe Tryon, his second sack of the night. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes.
And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead.
Now he's just hoping for number 4. Throwing on 1st down, Pritchett. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up Sackett. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He does have the 1 interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than the ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1?
Every single time. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Pritchett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds.
And these two hooked up on a nice gain to play before, and I always admire play callers that see a play that works and go right back to it, so they went right back to him. The reward, they're set up with 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the Seahawks are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on.
And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now, and last week they were able to defeat the Atlanta Falcons here as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. Able to get this to Gordon. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Pritchett. Open man, it's Jalen Darden. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? And Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
No.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. picked up by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. After the interception, here's Wilson. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his man complete. It's Barnes. The 40. He gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. A big play there just before halftime. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Succop for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And they will take a knee here. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So we've come to halftime after 8. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Pete Carroll, none too pleased with that last call. He's going to throw out the challenge. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and that means that he'll be out of challenges for the remainder of this ballgame. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Pritchett. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wilson. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That completes it again to Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now it's Carson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. So that one will be accepted. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Back to throw. Pritchett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. On 1st down, Pritchett. He'll get this one complete to Darden. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, Pritchett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Pritchett. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Back to throw. Pritchett. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun, Pritchett. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. And
in for the Buccaneers touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bucs go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it. We will get another look at Seattle's offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out?
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So there, Charles, a situation where it didn't matter how far he had to run, he was not going to be denied, and he winds up taking this all the way to the end zone.
And that's his 2nd touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. Let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
Fielded right around the 8.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And that'll be caught by Darden. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back now in Seattle, Washington. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw on 2nd down. Pritchett. And my goodness, another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
45.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They go back to Carson here on second. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. That'll be complete to Breida. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Pritchett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Wilson out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Wilson. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play there for Seattle. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wilson will throw again. It's caught. Lockett. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Touchdown! DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. The extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, Pritchett. This is caught, and in for the Buccaneers touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point put through by Succop. And they open the lead up now to 25. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9.
That's right.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Check back 45. Check back 45. You go night-night.
Third and long, it's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Wilson. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less. Wilson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. Again, Wilson. And they'll be end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Wow. Gerald Everett, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Point after here coming up. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Pritchett. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Great job, man.
A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bucs are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Looking to throw. Pritchett, and give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. This complete to Lockett. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
At his top speed, according to Next Gen Stats, well, really, it's ridiculous, impossible, whatever you want to call it, 22.6 miles per hour. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
It's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now, to put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire.